Good morning and welcome back to day 2 of the sourdough starter. It's not a collab, it's we're making sourdough starter. So it's day 2. This is what it looks like after the first day and 2 feedings. I can smell very slight sour and I can see some bubbles, which is really good because they say don't expect bubbles until day 3, and I've got bubbles on top and I've got some bubbles around the side. So yeah, I fed the same amount last night and we are basically going to do the same process, and we will also go over some of the things that I learnt in the comments and some of the tricks that we can go over. So let's come down, let's have a look at this starter and let's feed it again. Alright, it was recommended that instead of the high grade flour that I was using, I'm just going to use my plain flour. So I'm going to pop this starter up on my little measurement thing. And also, you know, as I said in yesterday's video, if you don't have scales, don't rush out and buy one. You can just do it with the measurements. I'm giving you the measurements as well. So it's 1/4 cup or 30 grams. Oh, no, back up. We need to take half out. So that's what it looks like. Jeepers, I almost forgot. So I've gone and got myself just another little container, and we are going to put the discard in here. So I'm going to take about half. Whew, quite stretchy and foldy. Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. This container's too big at the moment. We're not going to get rid of it. From what I gather, it's not a starter yet because it hasn't had time to develop. But we're going to take roughly half, which would be about that amount, I think. And we're not going to throw it away. We can use that at a later date. So we've got about half. Now we're going to put it back in here. We're going to use the tear the weight. Oh, I've just turned it off. Okay, now we're going to put 30 grams in. That's 30 grams. That was a good guesstimate. And we need 30 grams of water. Oop. Oh, I'll just bring it to the 60. Now the reason why, this is what Melissa was saying, the reason why you take some of the half of the starter, well, what is going to be our starter, the reason why you take half of it out is there's too much flour to form the starter. So you want to get rid of it and feed it with more. I will link the video again, and she explains it way better than I can. But we're just getting that to 100% hydration, which means 50-50 of flour and water. Alright, so that is all we do this morning. There's the starter from the first day, and I'm just going to put a lid on that, and we're going to put that in the fridge, and each day that we take some out, I will explain it all in a second, we're going to put it in here, and then we're not just going to throw it out, because at the end of the day it's just water and flour at the moment. It's not a true starter until day 5. So we can use that for baking. If I'm going to make up some cookies or muffins or something, we can chuck that in so we don't waste it. I'm going to pop the lid back on and put it in a warm spot again. Alright, so that is day 2. We are going to also feed it tonight like we did yesterday on day 1, and then day 3 we're going to discard half of it in the morning, then feed it the same amount, 30 grams of flour, 30 grams of water, morning and night, until we get to day 5. Because nothing's going to change, well, at day 3 they reckon you should start really seeing some activity and some bubbles and things. So unless it, changes significantly, there's no point me doing another video until day 5, and then we will go over more about where to from there, from day 6 onwards. Now, a couple of things that I jotted down. Yeah, so in the comments, I had some wonderful comments left, sort of giving knowledge and stuff, which is awesome, because that's how we're all going to learn. I'm so super pleased that so many of you are joining in on this adventure with me, and we can see how we go together. So some recommendations was, of course, Lisa on from Farmhouse on Boone, which I mentioned yesterday, and I also linked her in the description. But somebody else was mentioned a couple of times, and that was somebody named Ben Starr. And he's the ultimate food geek, so he was recommended, and recommended a couple of times was Bake with Jack, and he does no discard. So yeah, so you could check out those as well. But seeing I started with Melissa's recipe, I am going to stick with Melissa's recipe, and if it fails on us, well, then we will go to somebody else, probably Bake with Jack, because I got loads of comments about that one. Somebody also put in that they use pineapple juice for their starter. It's flour and pineapple juice, so that was super interesting. And she's had hers going for, I'm pretty sure it was quite a number of years, and she got the recipe off her grandmother. So that's quite interesting, because obviously something to do with the sweetness of the pineapple would help as well. So I'd be quite interested in trying that starter. Maybe I should try that as well, and we could compare it. But what amazing flavour that would impart. Yes, so we're going to basically do the same as I said from day 3, day 4, day 5, which is Saturday for us, Friday for the Northern Hemisphere, and we will come back and we will look at what it looks like on day 5. Alright, so I think that's all the information that I had to give you. I did find out that in New Zealand our flour is unbleached, so that was great, and I'm pretty sure it's the same with Australia. Somebody else said Europe's the same, so maybe it's just in the US, I'm not sure, but I'm sure you could leave in the comments what happens in your country. But it was good to find out that it's not bleached here. And somebody was also going to try the gluten-free method, so I said I'd be very keen to see how that goes for her, so that would be good as well. Alright, so yeah, so there's day 2, and we will continue feeding it morning and night, and I will see you back on day 5, and we will go from there and see what we can do. Maybe we can do some baking with it. I'm not sure, I have to do some more research. So don't forget to pop what you've taken off today into the fridge, and then we will talk on day 5 about what we can do with this as well. Yeah, so I think that's all I needed to mention today. Same old, and yeah, we'll be back on Saturday or Friday, and thanks again for joining me, and I'm super excited to do this with you guys. Alright, so we will have some other videos as well. It's not just going to be sourdough. I do plan on next week filming another $50 budget meal, instead of breakfast, lunches, as well as snacks and that. I'm going to do 5 meals for $50, because oh man, I don't know about what country you're in, but New Zealand's prices are just ridiculous. 500 grams, which is I think roughly £1. 500 grams of butter is $7 on special at the moment. It's ridiculous. It's peak peak season at the moment for our dairying, and the fact that we're paying that much, oh, don't even get me started. All right, I'm waffling. We'll see you Saturday. Thanks for being here. Bye.